My name is Mark Ritter. I'm out of Baltimore, greater Baltimore area, born and raised here in Baltimore. Love it. I've been involved in real estate the last 27 years. For the majority, I say about 15 plus years, I operated my own nationwide mortgage banking firm, owned a title company. I stepped away right after the great financial crisis in 2008, came on this side of the world as far as a realtor about 8 years ago.
So how long have you been a client of Easy Seller Leads now?
Now, I've been with Easy Sellers, I'd say just under or barely, maybe right around 30 days now.
Okay. So you're new. It just feels like you've been around longer. Maybe it's because I'm just attracted to your energy. I, I
You
don't
know, it
know.
just it just feels right. I'll tell you what, I mean, the philosophy, the approach, it has resonated with me from day one. I spent a lot of time on the listing side working hand in hand with Ideal Agent, which is down your way in Florida for some time. And that's really where I cut my teeth on the listing side. And now coming forward and being with your firm for the last 30 days, it's right. It feels right.
All right. Well, good. So before you started with Easy Seller, you mentioned you were using Ideal Agent. Now, Ideal Agent is a referral. You pay them 30, 35% of your commission, something
Absolutely.
like that.
Yeah,
All right. And
absolutely.
s- and so was that the only way that you were generating seller leads, or were you doing some of the other hustle, cold call, door knock, mailers, ads, anything like that?
We were doing the cold calling, we were doing some of the expired, but also working through my sphere. Ideal agent was nothing more that I looked at as far as a lost loser, is going in and being able to splinter off and get more deals from there. And it worked. It was very successful until they hit the wall. Um, but really, I was relying on my sphere and I've done a ton with realtor.com over the years. I'm still with realtor.com.
Now, we focus on FSBOs, expires, and canceled. Had you ever worked FSBOs, expires, and cancels before you found us?
Not to this degree. No, sir.
Okay. So when you were cold calling, who were you cold calling? What would that look like?
It's wild because I came out of that mortgage banking environment, and for my first 3 or 4 years, that's all we did was cold calling. And I'll be honest with you, I hate it. It's not what
Right.
I want to do. And I think at
Right.
this point in my career, I'm like, forget it, peace out, I'm gone. So
Right.
the initial what I did or dabble into with expired, canceled, or FISBO was really hit or miss. Picking up that phone, you know, working with my broker at that time, using some platform that he had to dig up the number, and then it was a mess. It was an
Right.
absolute mess. I didn't enjoy it. It's a tough grind, and plus it's the old school real estate where that's real estate 101, where they're teaching outside of your sphere. Call
Right.
expired, call cancel. Nobody
Right.
tells you how. I know no, tells you how. They don't tell you the formula, but go do
Yeah.
this. Go. It's horrible. It sucks. It's the worst.
So do you remember how you found us?
I did. I found you on Facebook, and I'm rarely up on Facebook. And being on the prowl in a January cold, frigid environment of looking for that next mousetrap or looking for that mechanism to get me forward, to get me rejuvenated again with where this market has been. I mean, we had a decent
Right.
year last year, but again, it's like, give me something new, give me something refreshing. And I clicked on the ad by chance, and that doesn't happen. I'll be honest with you; it's not too common for me
Well,
to go through and follow through like that.
well, we're glad that you did. So when you were going through the demo and you were talking to our team about whether or not this
Mhm.
is something you were going to, what were your thoughts? What was your level of excitement or skepticism that you had?
At first, I wouldn't say, yeah, there was a level of skepticism, but right away after the follow up call that I received or the email, I think it's John, but from that initial call, he hit me back and I said, look, do this, send me 3 to 5 individuals that are using the system now that are not in my backyard, that won't feel threatened, that I can talk to. And
Right.
that's what he did. I got right on the phone and I spoke to several of them, and then my interest started to peak and my the hair started to rise a little bit. And then I'll be very point blank, I spoke to Daniel Rodriguez down in Florida, down in your backyard.
Yeah.
And listen, mm, I'm faithful. I put it out there and I said, look, if this is right, God, and I'm not going there all the way with you. I'm just saying, if it's right, open this door wider. And it just boom, 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 fell into place. And, here we are today. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, Daniel's a good one. I mean, he's got 5 territories now. I
I
mean,
know he
that's
does.
to
That's
give you an
that's what
idea.
resonated with me right away, and that's
Right.
why I said I got to talk to him. I talked to the young lady down in Kentucky. I spoke to another one, Missouri, a young lady out there, and and you don't get that too many times out of the lead flow, out of the different systems out there where it's hand over hand over hand, where individuals are saying, yes, it is real and it does work.
Sounds like you had some skepticism.
Sure, there was definitely some skepticism. Yeah, I mean, of course there was. There definitely was. That's why I asked for the 3 to 5 names,
Right.
um, because you know what, you're looking as agents, as experienced agents. We're out there around the world, Zillow, Realtor.com, Sold.com, whatever that is, and all these different platforms, and you're just like, man, just give me a break. I want a break to take it to the next level, something I could dive into and believe in the fact that I know I have the talented. I just need the right platform to carry me forward.
So before Easy Sellers, you were doing Ideal Agent, Realtor.com, Sphere of Influence, and spurts of hustle on cold calls and that kind of thing.
Hmm.
And so since Easy Seller leads now, how are things changed for you?
With the realtor.com winding down, if I could, I swear, if I never again have them hit my account in the future, I'd be more than doing cartwheels. But they're there. But easy sellers, keep in mind, we're 30 days into this, maybe a little bit more. And, I see it. I've met with 2 or 3 clients already. I have another 2 or 3 that are set up for this next 3 or 4 days. And I can just see, the progression here of what's taking place in my, as far as in my business.
So how is your business different? I know that you've gotten excited enough where you want to add where you did actually add a second
Did.
territory. We're not
Yes, sir.
talking about it anymore. You did do that. So we appreciate the trust and confidence, but and you're trying to lessen your dependence on some of these other things and just really work the steady flow of leads that you're generating through the system.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, we've doubled down. I mean, I see it just from even before. I mean, we have not. I've used, as far as the strategy on my referral base and absolute touchdowns. And now that we are, once again, the progression with the easy seller leads and seeing what is happening there, I'm like, right there from securing a listing from it.
Well, how easy it is to follow up on the leads and to work the system.
Work the system. I mean, it's right there in front of you. I mean, with the ISA in place, with Jazz, who's my ISA, I leave up the platform all day long, and I'll leave it up till 8 or 9 o'clock. And I have the Slack channel, which I can communicate with Jazz or Nick, and if need be, yourself. But I try to, respect your time. The system, the platform, I'm learning my way around it, but it's easy, it's manageable. Um, so I'm always watching. I have received multiple calls from individuals that then engage on my 1877, my toll free number that hit me back. So the system itself, it's there. Again, it's just, it all goes hand in hand. It's not difficult. The system's right there, the platform, learning it. But again, it's there to work for you and just let it work. Like Nick says, Mark, just let it work for you.
Right. Trust the process. So we do a weekly coaching call. What's the value of the coaching been for you?
Oof, good Lord. I told this, a gentleman called me out of North Carolina, basically vetting you guys out. A new lead that was, for you guys taking over a territory or taking a territory rather. And I told him point blank, I would pay for the coaching alone. I think the coaching, for whatever reason, your background, it does. And I'm not here to blow smoke. It resonates with me just from your style and the things you say. I bet you I've listened. You did a recording on, was it January? I think it was January 14th, the initial phone call. I probably listened to that a half a dozen times just
Right.
because of the nuances and the things to say. It's just right there. And these weekly calls that we have with you on Tuesdays, I mean, it's just practical hand to hand combat of where you've already been on the front lines, you've already had that success, and it just works. It just helps because, like you said on the call the other day, or on the call from back in January, this is not Moneyball. This is, keep it simple, keep the approach simple, and go through the progression of the presentation to the exposure, to the strategy, to the last thing being pricing, because it's all set up to the pricing. And just explain the nuances as far as list price is nothing more than a strategy to get the sales price. So all those things, I think the coach, and I told that to Chris down in Carolina, that alone will fine tune your game because I'm always looking to get better. And I think that's where you get that from the coaching call.
I know in the beginning when you first heard the 10-day sales strategy that I've been using for a long
Uh huh.
time, I know that you were excited about it. I don't know if that's because you've never seen something like that before, or you just felt like it was the right strategy for this environment. But how's that been working for you? How has that changed how you present to potential sellers?
So the bell went off for me. I thought with all the experience I have utilizing Ideal Agent as far as on the listing, I always felt really confident going in that I would win that day with my approach. But I never had. It's amazing to me if we had success with the limited. I had no strategy. Really. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I had no strategy with consideration to, other than, oh, it hurts, but it's true, other than you're putting it on the MLS, doing your marketing, doing your social media marketing, your Facebook. What real strategy, what went off for me, the light bulb, was very few of our colleagues out there, other agents, had any type of strategy. I don't believe they do. So the 10-day strategy of seeing it, the Monday, Tuesday, going live Monday evening, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday being live, blocking it off, creating the scarcity, creating the urgency. Friday, you go live. Saturday, I'll do the open house. Sunday, setting the deadline on Monday. Going through the counter negotiations on Tuesday, going to escrow on Wednesday. I've done it with my referrals. I've seen the process go through it. I did probably leave a little money on the table in that one transaction we talked about, but
Right.
I saw the formula of success and it works. It just keeps me, for me, being all, type A personality, go, 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 it keeps me in a box and it gives me my formula in a concise method as far as how I can explain it and create it. And it keeps them in the box and they see it. They see the 10-day strategy and understand it.
I guess you're happy with your decision to
Right.
to,
Come on,
join
come
Easy
work with me,
Seller
Dave.
Leads. Yeah.
Let's do this together. I'll join
Yeah. So,
Everhome. Come on, let's go.
I mean, the one thing that you know for sure is that I'm super committed to your success. I mean,
Oh,
everybody's success.
100%.
This is,
I know you. I mean, listen to me. I
yeah,
mean, again, your style, I can
yeah,
get you on Slack if I need to. I got Nick. I mean, but yeah, no, I don't have any doubt.
yeah.
Just helping me out with me picking up this second territory right off the bat, which gives me the ability to dominate Maryland. That's what I wanted. And it's game on. I feel it's
All right.
game on.
I got a final question. Somebody that's watching this right now, and they're not sure whether or not this is the right strategy for them to get a steady flow of ready to list settlings. What would you tell them?
I would say go. You've got to commit yourself. And for somebody looking at, the easy seller leads, and now when I peekaboo on Facebook and I see your ad run, I'm like, oh, thank God I secured that additional territory where I want to dominate. But I say go. I'm all in. I am absolutely all in on this.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you.
My
We
pleasure.
appreciate you. And
Nah, my
thank you so much
pleasure.
for taking the time to share your experience with other people.
Yeah,
So,
man, I love it. I just want to go out there and make a difference, and I feel this gives me the platform to help these people because we're in a marketplace where there's chaos, and these people need hope. And if I can
right.
give them hope with the 10-day strategy, I'm all about it, man. Let's go.